Welcome back, Nicky boy. Welcome back, camper. Camper 7, Nicky boy. I need to visit the restaurant and get some coffee. Man, my hands. I tell you what. My hands have gotten so dried out from washing. I have eczema, but it's not real bad. That's why I take this stuff here. I had this ever since I was a kid. Again, have to rub it on a little bit once in a while. In the summer, it gets real bad. All the dust in here or in the neck once in a while. My mom, I get it from my mom. She'll wear that's what we get. If we do dishes, my mom, it gets real bad. So, but it's like being a guy. Look, being raised by my mother, neurotic about washing hands and germs, and I mean, I'm a germaphobe for real. But when your hands start drying out, look, you know how many restrooms I've been in? Guys are disgusting. You know how many times I've seen men not wash their hands? And I'm thinking, I'm on cam, and you're like, well, yeah, let me help you out here. See, from a guy's point of view, here's the mentality. Like, hey, I take a shower at least once a day. I'm pretty clean, right? As long as I'm not touching your food or anything, I'm in my own house. Hey, I'm about the cleanest thing between here and Kansas City, all right? If I go and wash my hands every 5 seconds, they're gonna be all dried out, and I'm gonna be putting that stuff on there. If all I did was unzip my pants and go to the restroom like it was a number one, like I can do that without even touching anything. Okay, but it doesn't look like that, and it's seriously though, it's because the hands get so dried out, but uh it's not like, but like if you're in public, you know how many times I've seen guys not wash their hands? Like if I'm in public, like if I'm in a public rest, nah, dude. And because think about it, think about all the door handles and stuff. But I'm in my own home, right? And so if I can go without getting my hands all dried out, look, I can't wash my hands every 5 seconds. I just can't. So, but on cam, 24 hours a day, perception, things. I mean, you got to constantly explain yourself. So, I got to make some more coffee here. So what are you gonna do today, camper? We want to blow by blow. We want to know your every move because we gotta document it. We got one little sheriff's deputy. He's all worried. He's looking for a reason to. He's looking for a reason to go in on you. I tell you what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna text my father. My father was gonna give me some golf clubs. So I'm gonna say, "Hey, father." It's not like I never wanted to talk to him again. I'm a busy guy. And where is his? Okay. I'm a busy guy. Okay. I'm gonna text my dad. Where's my golf clubs? Look, my dad still drinks beer. You know, he says he don't drink, and I believe him because as you get older, I don't drink alcohol. Okay, so my dad does a fair amount of BSing still. And men in general, men don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. They don't like to talk to people. Well, unless it's BSing. My dad likes to BS when I want to talk about things of substance. Especially, I'm not 70 years old living on a beautiful property with everything I need. I'm still trying to just have a little life. And so I don't mind a little BSing, but if all we're gonna do is, okay, let's do that once a month, Dad. I'll check in, I'll say hi. Everything's fine. Where's my golf clubs? But I ain't gonna talk to you every day about BS because I got. Look, if I ever want to get to my goals of having a wife and having a baby, at least one, hopefully two, I got to get to work. I can't be talking to you. I can't be talking on here trying to convince one little sheriff's deputy guy that I'm not a problem. I can't be doing this. And I ain't going to live in your house either. Okay? I'm not coming to live under your roof. I'm just not. I don't deserve to. I've done nothing to do that. I'm going to school. I'm trying to reach my goal. And just because you don't like me or you think I'm worthless or I'm not one of your kind, I probably made a mistake coming into your territory. Bad move. Bad move to move up into Washington County. Boy, was that stupid. I'm trying to leave without you causing me any problems. But it's going to take me. I can't go today. Okay? I get things to take care of, and I don't drink, smoke, or chew, and I don't go with women that do. And so you're not going to scare me. And I want to take care of I want to help my parents. I want to love them. I want to return the favor of, whatever that is. Even if it's only one time, mama call and say, hey, John he's somewhere and I just really want to move this I want to move my TV over to there 6 feet. Would you come over and help me, son? I mean, hey, if it's one time mom calls and needs something, and I can be there for her after the hundreds of thousands of times she was there for me, hey, I want to be able to do it. Okay. The guy upstairs, he doesn't seem to be. He's having a little his memories. It's like he come in the house yesterday and he left the door open. Not a big deal. I'm not mad about it, but I'm like, hey house, you want to shut the door? He's like, oh, I forgot. I'm like, pretty normal, not that big of a deal, but I don't know. Usually when you come in the house, you close the door. You don't go upstairs and just leave the garage door open. Small little stuff like that. I mean, I've done it too, but he does it quite a bit. Little stuff like that. And when they start getting that, they call that the early onset of the Alzheimer's or something, I guess. And they get real frustrated. They get mad. Forget about all the reasons they got to be mad about. They start getting even more mad. And they get irritated and frustrated really easy. Forget that he's 80 years old. Forget that he's living with me. He's got his own issues too now. And so our relationship is not it's not what it used to be. He's older. He wants to pretty much be left alone, and that's what I do. But when you leave the door open, I say, hey, God, would you close the door? Stuff like that. But yeah. I don't know. I had this dream. I got this dream that this sheriff's deputy's he's all over my case now. So that's why I'm talking. Don't want some bored sheriff, some sheriff's deputy down there in Washington County getting any funny ideas because he's got power to come bothering me because he don't like me or don't like my political positions or doesn't like my ideologies or doesn't like what I say or thinks I got an attitude or whatever reason he wants to mess with me. So I guess I text Daddy, you know. Nothing against Daddy. Daddy did well. A lot better than I did. Hey, he's got it. Hey, he's got 5 acres overlooking a dang canyon, practically a mountain. Overlooking a golf course, you can see the ocean on a clear day. He's all right. He's got what he needs. Couple vehicles. Going on a vacation here and there. Planting a little garlic, having a little fun on his property. Fixing things up, walking around, eating all the nice food he wants. Beautiful sunsets, and lives in California and get enough money to survive. Not bad. Not a bad gig if you can get it, I guess. Like I said, I mean, California to me it would be if you're like, there's no hunting. I mean, there ain't no. I mean, you'd have to drive to northern. I mean, up to Oregon, or you'd have to drive 6, 8, 10 hours to go deer hunting or something. So I mean, it's a different lifestyle. I was never into remember that. Never did like surfing. Leslie tried to get me into surfing. Never did like surfing that much. The beach was all right. It was cool once in a while. I'd just hang out at the beach, listen to music, sun. You mean you didn't go there for all the Hooters? No, I really didn't. It really never even crossed my mind. Not even one time. Oh, you mean you didn't want to go there and look at all the girls walking around in their panties, half naked? Not really. Why? I mean, I can't touch them. They ain't mine. What do I want to activate my flesh for? Get my flesh all going looking at that lusting with the devil when I can't even touch it. So nothing against Daddy. I love my father. He's your typical guy. Like I said, he's Trump's cousin. Okay, he's your typical guy. Doesn't like to talk a whole lot, but when he does, he's a BSer. Like a typical guy, likes football and beer. Doesn't want to. He wants to just kick back, watch football or sports or something, and have a beer. And when people drink beer, they get to talking, and they're. I'm not saying you can't have intelligent conversations, but look, most of the talking that it goes on while you're drinking beer is BS. Okay. And I just don't. Time is short for me. I can't be wasting. I can't be wasting time. Okay. And so I just, and as you get older, it really it gets tougher. You do. I mean, not only am I slow, but you just get slower. You don't do things like you used to. So your time just becomes so valuable. So I can't spend it just yapping in my mouth. And I really don't want to. I pretty much, I do. I just want to mind my own business. I want to live a quiet life. Again, figure out a way to make a living, which again, I don't know how anybody's really going to do it, unless you're true doctor, lawyer, accountant, and even accountant is becoming so automated. Or even lawyer. Look at a lawyer. Now they got you on Zoom. Well, that's probably going to change now that we're getting done with the virus, but I would imagine there's going to be a lot more for things that don't require and aren't serious that can be handled on Zoom. I would imagine there's going to be a lot more Zoom now. It takes less lawyers to do more work. They don't even have to drive to the courthouse. So we keep getting less and less jobs with more and more people. How do we deal with that? If you're not going to be a brain surgeon, you're not a computer scientist, what makes you there's only so many jobs at Walmart. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to Man, I got caught up in talking. What? No way. No way. What in the world? What is going? Oh my God, there it is. Okay, so I need to post this. Copy Twitter. We got to get this. We got to get this live. What are we gonna name this? Update. Uh, Life update. Eh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh boy, what did I do here? No, this one's coffee, isn't it? Why isn't that working? 320, 520. Okay, I gotta get this one done there too. I forgot to post this. First, I need to post this. So this was my life update. This was life update, and this was live. This was live. And I will post that there. Facebook and Twitter. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. All right. And then I go. And then I got a new one here. This one is coffee. We'll just call this one. Actually, I'm gonna call this. Life. Life update continued. And boom. All right. We'll copy. Tweet that. Boom. Put this on a story. We're gonna create another story. Boom. Thank you, birdies. Oh, if the birdies don't sing every morning, but lately they have been because it's spring, but they don't so much in winter. So they reminded me I wasn't posting to Twitter. Tweety. Okay, cool. What's the notification? Whatever. All right. Okay, cool. Let's continue. So I've got my videos posted to Twitter and Facebook. So the sheriff's deputy can't go. Oh, what are you talking about? I don't know. All I see is these crazy YouTube nonstop video of a guy farting and burping, and every once in a while getting discouraged about his mom and his old dad. So, what I am going to do is read the Bible. But I need to go. I need to go to the restroom, so I'm gonna turn the cameras off, or not turn them off, but I need to go to the bathroom pretty soon. But then I'm gonna come back and read the Bible because I figure that's all that really matters in a world where the Bible says it's going to be a wheelbarrow full of $50 bills for a loaf of bread. Okay. So at the end of the day, really, really, what else do I have? All right, I'll be right back. Hi, sweetheart. Good morning. Boy, you need a haircut. Oh, my dogs need a haircut. Bad. It's getting warm. You need a haircut. No, no, I don't. But soon I will be bringing this here, though. We'll be doing this on the dogs. It'll be warm enough. I mean, yeah, it'll be warm enough that they won't. I'll probably trim my beard at some point, but the carbuncle is healing. Basically, it's doing so well that I'm not messing with it. I'm not messing with it. The nice thing is though, is I'm not gonna faint. That's one thing. I'm not gonna give up either, but I'm not gonna faint. Cause I get plenty of sleep. See, it's questions like that that really makes me wonder if that would be like an undercover sheriff's deputy. Questions like that. Do you sleep? Were you a difficult child? Those are like questions, those are like entrapment, like baiting questions, right? Like, are those the kind of questions you ask somebody right when you supposedly meet them? No. I mean, I seem like a nice person. Whatever. But I guess in a sense it helps me though, as long as you answer it correctly. I mean, I happen to answer them honestly. Uh, but I mean, no, no. Can you imagine if you answered, no, I don't sleep, and yes, I was a problem child? I mean, come on. Like you'd have to be pretty stupid even to not lie about that, even though I don't lie. I don't have to lie. I sleep all the time. I was up a little bit early, but I've been sleeping so much lately that and I was sick yesterday, so but I named this video update life update continued. So yeah, I guess I've been kind of quiet for a couple weeks. I don't how long has it been? I guess a couple weeks, maybe even more. All I've been doing, I ain't really been saying nothing. Just been letting the cameras run 24 hours a day. Uh just again, just kind of sick of talking. I don't really have anything new to say. Uh, Other than I'm fine. And yeah, so I'm a little tired, but well, let's go ahead and I'll just do it. I'll just read from where is it? So the NIV, April 24th. Oh, yeah. So I'll read out of the NIV. No, no, wait a minute. What? How did I get? Oh, I had the wrong. I won't be reading out of Luke. God. See, what happens is if the so my email doesn't refresh, and then sometimes I'm reading something that I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna read out of Luke 18, verses 1 through 23, I guess. Why did I think I was in Luke? Or did I say that earlier? I don't know if I said that. I am getting a little tired. I think I need to lay down for a little bit, maybe. I got up a little bit early, a little bit too early today. Luke 18. Actually, it hasn't been. Well, the last time I haven't marked it Luke 8. So it's only been like 10 days. So almost 2 weeks where I haven't been reading regularly. Or was that from something else? Could be something else. Uh, were you a problem child? See, that's the kind of thing yeah, don't ask me questions like that. Seriously. Were you a problem? No, I was not at all, really. The problem was my chain smoking mother, I think, actually. She was smoking the cigarettes all the time. No, it wasn't her fault either. No, I wasn't a problem. I was an only child and I was kind of hyper. I still am hyper. Um Luke 18. Hey. Yeah, so it's been a couple weeks. Luke 8 is where I left off, but I think I kind of had the idea. I wanted to start to get into some more actual studies um, and focus on some specific instead of just kind of reading, following the reading pattern, because it becomes monotonous, and I don't necessarily yeah, I'm not deeply thinking about it. Yeah, I'm reading it. I'm thinking about it for a short while. But I feel like I'd rather get into some, some little more focused studies. But I'm not ready to do that. So I guess for now, so all my fans, all my fans don't get worried. I guess I can read a little bit each day, just so they don't get all worked up, get their hair in a bunch, get all excited and worried and finding a reason to mess with me again. Cause I know you don't like me. All you want to do is mess with me, mostly. There's a few people. There's a few people that might care. Not many. I know that. Most of them are just, if they was watching, it's to ask me questions like, "Were you a problem child?" Can you imagine? Oh yeah, and by the way, don't tell the sheriff's deputy that you're a problem child. She was nice, other than that, though. But I don't know why you'd ask that question, though. That's just not cool. Not cool, man. I'm just trying to figure out if I have the energy at the moment because I was up early. I think I need to lay back down for a little while. But 42 minutes already? It's only 23. I'll go ahead and do it. So it says the parable of the persistent widow. One day, Jesus told his disciples a story to show that they should always pray and never give up. There was a judge in a certain city, he said, ooh, who neither feared God nor cared about the people. A widow of that city came to him repeatedly, saying, give me justice in this dispute with my enemy. The judge ignored her for a while, but finally he said to himself, I don't fear God or care about people, but this woman is driving me crazy. I'm going to see that she gets justice, because she is wearing me out with her constant requests. Then the Lord said, learn a lesson from this unjust judge. Even he rendered a just decision in the end. So don't you think God will surely give justice to his chosen people who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will grant justice to them quickly. But when the Son of Man returns, how many will he find on the earth who have faith? Verse 9, parable of the Pharisee and tax collector. Then Jesus told this story to some who had great confidence in their own righteousness and scorned everyone else. Two men went to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee, and the other was a despised tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed this prayer: I thank you, God, that I am not a sinner like everyone else. For I don't cheat, I don't sin, and I don't commit adultery. I'm certainly not like that tax collector. I fast twice a week, and I give you a tenth of my income. But the tax collector stood at a distance and dared not even lift his eyes to heaven as he prayed. Instead, he beat his chest in sorrow, saying, O God, be merciful to me, for I am a sinner. I tell you, this sinner, not the Pharisee, returned home justified before God. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Verse 15, Jesus blesses the children. One day, some parents brought their little children to Jesus so he could touch and bless them. But when the disciples saw this, they scolded the parents for bothering him. Then Jesus called the children and said to the disciples, let the children come to me. Don't stop them, for the kingdom of God belongs to those who are like these children. I tell you the truth. Anyone who doesn't receive the kingdom of God like a child will never enter it. The rich man, verse 18. Once a religious leader asked Jesus this question: Good teacher, what should I do to inherit eternal life? Why do you call me good? Jesus asked him. Only God is truly good. But to answer your question, you know the commandments. You must not commit adultery. You must not murder. You must not steal. You must not testify falsely. Honor your father and mother. The man replied, I've obeyed all these commandments since I was young. When Jesus heard his answer, he said, There is still one thing you haven't done. Sell all your possessions and give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me. But when the man heard this, he became very sad, for he was very rich. All right, I'm going to read the NLT Study Bible, a New Living Translation portion. Well, I guess I should point out, it says from verse 8, says the Son of Man is a title Jesus used for himself. Verse 11, some manuscripts read, stood and prayed this prayer to himself. So the NLT Study Bible. The parable of the persistent widow follows naturally from Jesus' teaching about coming troubles. Believers can face trials and persevere through persistent prayer. A judge who neither feared God nor cared about people. The two most important attributes for a good judge are regard for justice, fear of God, and compassion for people. This judge had neither. A widow. God is concerned for widows, orphans, and foreigners, the most vulnerable members of ancient society, and has promised judgment against those who oppress them. Give me justice. The woman was in the right in this dispute. She was not asking for special favors. Well, driving me crazy. This colorful Greek expression means literally striking the eye or giving me a black eye, as in boxing. The sense is of wearing someone down through persistence. When the Son of Man returns, this is an allusion to Daniel 7:13 through 14. How many will he find on the earth who have faith? The question is whether believers will remain faithful through the trials that will precede the coming of the Son of Man. The topic of prayer leads into this parable about the right attitude for approaching God. a despised tax collector. I fast twice a week, and I give you a tenth of my income. Fasting and tithing were signs of piety in Judaism. The law required fasting only once a year, but pious Jews in Jesus' day fasted twice a week. He beat his chest in sorrow. This action indicated deep mourning and repentance. Jesus' conclusion that only the tax collector went home justified before God would have shocked Jesus' audience, who regarded Pharisees as righteous and tax collectors as wicked. Those who exalt themselves will be humbled. This incident illustrates 1814. They scolded the parents. In this cultural context, children had no social status. See note on 948. So the disciples viewed them as an interruption to Jesus' important ministry. Receive the kingdom of God like a child. Entrance into the kingdom of God requires childlike faith and dependence on God. The story of the rich religious leader warns against trusting in riches rather than pledging complete allegiance to God. The man was probably a religious leader, traditionally ruler, not a political ruler. What should I do to inherit eternal life? This question was commonly discussed by the rabbis of Jesus' day. Why do you call me good? The man was calling Jesus good as a general compliment, but only God is truly good. Jesus was challenging the man's understanding of goodness. True goodness requires moral perfection. You know the commandments. Jesus cites the fifth through the ninth of the 10 Commandments, which pertain to relationships between human beings. I've obeyed all these commandments. The man's claim to have kept all the commandments shows that he misunderstood the nature of true goodness. The man's love of his riches revealed that he had not perfectly obeyed God. He did not love God or others in the way that God requires. Love of riches is a form of idolatry. Hmm. All right, so I'll read the life application study Bible portion, and I'm getting tired. To persist in prayer and not give up does not mean endless repetition or painfully long prayer sessions. Constant prayer means keeping our requests continually before God as we live for Him day by day, believing He will answer. When we live by faith, we are not to give up. God may delay answering, but His delays always have good reasons. As we persist in prayer, we grow in character, faith, and hope. Widows and orphans were among the most vulnerable of all God's people. And both Old Testament prophets and New Testament apostles insisted that these needy people be properly cared for. If godless judges respond to constant pressure, how much more will a great and loving God respond to us? If we know He loves us, we can believe He will hear our cries for help. The people who lived near Jerusalem often would go to the temple to pray. The temple was the center of their worship. The Pharisee did not go to the temple to pray to God, but to announce to all within earshot how good he was. The tax collector went recognizing his sin and begging for mercy. Self righteousness is dangerous. It leads to pride, causes a person to despise others, and prevents him or her from learning anything from God. The tax collector's prayer should be our prayer because we all need God's mercy every day. Don't let pride in your achievements cut you off from God. It was customary for a mother to bring her children to a rabbi for a blessing, and that is why these mothers gathered around Jesus. The disciples, however, thought the children were unworthy of the master's time, less important than whatever else he was doing. But Jesus welcomed them because little children have the kind of faith and trust needed to enter God's kingdom. It is important that we introduce our children to Jesus. Jesus' question to the leader who came and called him good teacher was, in essence, do you know who I am? Undoubtedly, the man did not catch the implications of Jesus' reply, that the man was right in calling him good because Jesus truly is God. This leader sought reassurance, some way of knowing for sure that he had eternal life. He wanted Jesus to measure and grade his qualifications or to give him some task he could do to assure his own immortality. So Jesus gave him a task, the one thing the rich man knew he could not do. Then who in the world can be saved? The bystanders asked. No one can, by his or her own achievements. Jesus' answer implied, what is impossible for people is possible with God. Salvation cannot be earned, it is God's gift. This man's wealth made his life comfortable and gave him power and prestige. By telling him to sell everything he owned, Jesus was touching the very basis of his security and identity. The man did not understand that he would the man did not understand that he would be even more secure if he followed Jesus than if he the man did not understand that he would be even more secure if he followed Jesus than he was with all his wealth. Jesus does not ask believers to sell everything they have, although this may be his will for some. He does ask us all, however, to get rid of anything that has become more important in life than God. If your possessions take first place in your life, it would be better for you to get rid of them. Oh, still kind of chilly here in the great state of Minnesota. I had for like, I don't know, a week or so. I finally I finally turned it back on. It got so cold. This place here is like buried into uh it's kind of burrowed into the ground. So it cools real slow and it gets real warm, but it takes more time. Uh, so you say, well, was there anything there? Was there anything that stood out to you there, camper boy? Hey, camper. Come on, camper. I didn't realize the Jews. I didn't realize the Orthodox Jews fasted twice a week. I don't know for how long, but the law apparently it only required once a year. Hmm, that stands out. Like there's quite a bit of difference there. Like the law only said once a year, and the religious Jews decided to go twice a week. Yeah, there's not a lot of moderation there. So, verse 18, constant prayer means keeping our requests continually. I'm getting tired. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not giving up, but you know, it's getting hard to believe that my goals my aspirations. How much time? I'm gonna take a nap when this one's here's done. 106. We got about 50 minutes. I got about 45 minutes, and I'm taking a nap. You keep praying, you keep trying, and you're like, isn't there somebody? Isn't there? It's like Father Mark says. There's somebody for everybody. Well, I don't know. Without sounding too desperate or needy, but it's like when, where, how's it going to happen? If it hasn't happened yet, and life is boring by yourself. I mean, it's okay. It's better than being in jail with a sheriff's deputy ordering you around, telling you when you can sleep and get up and move around and when you're going to eat. And if you backmouth them, they beat you up. I mean, it's better than that. Sure, it's better than death. but it's pretty boring and pointless to me. Okay. The drugs, the alcohol don't satisfy. They just don't. You get, hopefully you get to a point, and I guess that's where the sheriff's dip for the guys that don't learn their lessons. That's why God put them sheriff's deputies to harass you, right? Not guys like me. There's some people, I guess, that just, and then there's people that manage. A lot of them sheriff's deputy drink beer. I guess it just depends, but there's a lot of people who spend their life trying to have fun. And they just keep having fun, or the alcohol gives them problems, and then they spend more time drinking beer than doing other stuff, and they never grow out of it. And then you end up talking to sheriffs. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm not sure how it all works. It doesn't seem. But life is without a family. I'm telling you. I don't care what you think. If I'm cheesy, you think I'm a sissy boy. I'm telling you. Without a family that enjoys you. I'm not talking about an old mother or an old father that have been around you all your life. If you ain't got, if you don't have somebody to love, and you don't have somebody that genuinely looks forward to seeing you and wants to talk to you, there's not a whole lot going on here. Pretty boring. Again, there's only so much food. There's only so many beers and so many cigarettes and so much porn and that you can look at or do or go, and there's only so many rounds of trap. I mean, it's moderation. It's like uh, I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is like give it. So what does it say? Believing he will answer. The big one was, well, maybe he's not gonna answer the way you want him to answer, and I'm thinking, I don't know. There ain't a whole lot. Like I said, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, just working to eat yeah, okay, you gotta sort of kind of do it in America. I mean, boring, boring. When is he gonna answer? I don't know. You start to think, and then you go through a little paperwork, and you think he's never gonna answer. And deep in the back of your head, you're like, that ain't help. Just like that lady was saying, you got to be positive after she asked me to. Were you a difficult child? It doesn't help. It's the positive of power, positive thinking. It don't help, but it gets discouraging after years and years. And sure, I suppose if it were to happen, you'd fall in love. But honestly, now that I've put myself out there, like I seriously, I wouldn't want to meet somebody though. It's almost like I wouldn't want somebody to pity me, or I wouldn't want somebody to. I wouldn't want to meet somebody. I'd want to meet somebody that knew nothing about YouTube, or knew nothing about my videos, or knew really, that didn't know that that's all I've been praying for, right? I'd rather have it be spontaneous, like I happen to take a random trip somewhere, right? to a laundromat or the organic food section of Walmart or something, in some random city, and you bump into somebody that has no idea who you are, and it's like a total God thing, right? Like, I don't want somebody to feel sorry for me and be like, oh, okay, that old guy. I mean, I want someone to love me because they like me, they fall in love with me, they care about me, not because they watch my videos and they're like, oh, look at that poor old sap. So, but as far as giving up, like, I don't know. You get to a point where reality is like staring you in the face, right? You're like, God has not answered my dream, my goals of wanting to have a family or having a way to provide for that family, and so you get to a point where you're like, man, I don't know. You don't want to speak that negativity in the air and give power to the devil, but deep down inside, you can't avoid the facts. You can't avoid that it hasn't happened. You can't avoid that it doesn't look good. You can't avoid the truth. And for whatever reason, you know, it just it's not happened. And so continuing to believe he will answer. Sure, I suppose I can go on and read a little bit from the Bible each day, put a video up, go to work eventually in some sort of accounting job, live my life, eat, sleep, go to the bathroom, get up, do it over. And like the polar bear says, I just want to spend half the year down in Florida and half the year up at the cabin. Hey, I mean, hey, I guess, but if you're doing it all by yourself, boring. Boring. I mean, super boring. There's only so many football games, and I don't even like football. It's okay. Again, I don't want to be sitting around on a Sunday watching football. Really, I want to be out with half the kingdom, going for a walk, taking some pictures or something at the state park, or going fishing. I guess that's part of the cabin thing. But if you're doing it all by yourself, and as a man, like, I just don't get it. Like, if you've decided you'd rather do life alone because you get to do it your way, I don't. I guess I haven't lived enough to understand that mentality, because it's pretty miserable without having a half the kingdom within 6 feet, or laying next to you at night. Being able to hold her, touch her, and smell her. Huh? Yeah. So, pretty boring. This idea that I just want to hang out in Florida for 6 months, all by the pool on my belly, doing whatever I want, eating what, going where I want, and I don't need a woman. I'm starting to wonder if your plumbing's working. Is your plumbing still working, buddy? Because if you're all right, messing with your own plumbing all the time, hey, whatever, man. If that's for you, buddy, not me. Okay. Yeah. So it says, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Will he answer? Is he gonna answer? It's tough. True goodness requires moral perfection, whatever that is. Moral, be ye perfect, like your Father in heaven is perfect. How do we do that? Same old story. It's like all the rich people are like, oh no, that's not what Jesus meant. Jesus, how can I help anybody? If I sell everything I got, how am I supposed to be a blessing to anybody around me? I don't know. It says right here, sell everything you got, give it all away, take up your cross and start walking down the street with a cross. Go be like the disciples. Go city to city, dust your feet off. Don't worry about what if they don't accept you. Move on to the next house. An apostle's worthy of his deeds. God'll take care of you. You really want to follow Jesus? Sell everything you got. Start going. Preach the good news. Do exactly. Don't say no. That's all you're supposed to do is preach the good news. Oh, but that part there, it doesn't actually. That's symbolic. It's not actually what it means. It doesn't mean you have to sell everything you got. Because how could you can't pay your bills then? How can you be able to, how can you help anybody? Well, I don't know. That's what it says. So, anyways, I don't know. There's a couple videos. Hopefully, that'll help you out for a while. I mean, I really don't want to do this, but I know I have to publish or perish. I know I gotta do some talking. So everybody realize says, "Oh, he's stable." Same weird old Nicky boy. Oh, old Nicky boy, just a little weird. Ain't don't gotta worry about him though. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. But I'm about a half hour away from turning this one off and laying back down. It's Saturday. I want to relax. I'm gonna do some prayer. I'll turn the surveillance on for you. Try not to fart. I'll say excuse me when I burp. I'll try not to let you overhear any conversations with my parents, which I'll try to make those calls between, when I turn the camera off. But I don't talk to my parents that much, you know. But no, I do not live in my parent. But I mean, I live with an ex parent, I guess, kind of, sort of, but not a parent, sort of. I mean, it's just me and him. It's not my mother's basement. Okay. Well, at least she's not here, and she doesn't own the place, and she's not on the mortgage or the deed. Uh, really, none of your business. But it seems to be like, yes, I did. I brought it on myself a little bit again out of necessity. So I'm gonna have to slowly kind of fade off. But I just got a sneaking suspicion I gotta wait till the paperwork expires. And I just hope they don't get any. I hope the polar bear doesn't get any funny ideas, thinking he's gonna renew that. Yeah, we're not good. If you get any funny ideas about renewing paper, oh yeah, we going to court, and it ain't gonna be Zoom. And I got all the documentation and the receipts and everything, and we can do that if you really want to. But I'm not doing that, and so Let's just agree that that's not going to happen, please. I can't have this I can't be dealing with this in my life anymore, polar bear. It was too much stress. Okay? And please, love you. Agape love. Jesus says, pray for your enemies. I'm going to pray for that polar bear across the street. Okay. So hopefully when the polar bear's paperwork expires, he'll just let me mind my business and he won't feel like he needs cameras pointing at me. And I can turn these cameras off and get to busy. I've got one more course. See, I've got 147 credits in all my years of going to college. You need 150 credits to sit for the certified public accountant exam. The 4-part exam, it's as tough as the bar exam. It's got a lower pass rate the first time around than the bar exam. It's not easy, especially for a guy like me. And I only learned about 3/4 of what I need to know. And I got to go back and review. I cannot have the stress of paperwork or any polar bears anymore if you want me to really become an accountant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah! So, I'm hoping I've got to take one more course and I'm going to take it. I am so stressed out. You know what me and my advisor we decided? I don't need my GPA is above a 3.0 in my career. I want to keep it there. I cannot write another paper. I'm going to have to write a few in order to get 150 credits, and I'm never taking another college course as long as I live. Ever. Okay? So I'm going to take it pass fail. I think I'm going to I have to verify with the accountancy to make sure that it doesn't have to be credit. Or I mean a grade. Pretty sure it does. It may. If that's not true. I'm not sure. So I'm looking into that because I'm done with school. I'm an old guy and I'm done writing papers. Okay? I'm just done writing papers. Don't want to write no pipe no more. But if I'm actually going to get some real studying done, I got to be able to not worry about polar bears or sheriff's deputies or police harassing me or bothering me or thinking that I'm a problem. And I'm not sure that that's going to be possible in this town. We'll have to see. But what I want to do is turn these dang things off and feel like I don't have to worry about police harassing me. Me getting harassed. Not me doing the harassing. The other way around. I want to be left alone. And I want to live a quiet life. I want to listen to the birdies chirp out my window. Okay. And I want to study accounting. I don't want to open my mouth. I don't want to talk. I really don't want to talk anymore. I'll do a little Bible reading and a little video once in a while. Other than that, I don't have the energy to do this. I just don't. I don't want to do it. It's not my style. I'm tired. I don't care. I don't want people really in my business. I don't mind because I don't really have anything to hide. If you're that freaking interested, you're so obsessed with me, you want to inspect every move I make. Fine, whatever. Have at it. Because other than that, I can't imagine, unless you're my enemy, why you'd be messing with me. Because, yeah, I'm not that interesting. They hate God, is what it is. It ain't me. I ain't no different than anybody else. Oh, really not? There ain't nothing going through my head that ain't been to anybody else's head. Okay. I just want normal things like everybody else. I just don't know how to get them. I guess the part that is frustrating is figuring out how, I don't know how you get to a point where you're just like, hey, I don't need a woman. I don't need a woman, and I just want to go spend 6 months down that way and 6 months up that way, and I'm fine. I don't need a woman. Man, I mean, you really had to been through some hell, I guess. But I mean, that's a lot of mentality of men. Maybe that's why they're so grumpy. I don't know. That's where they come in and they say you can't live with them, you can't live without them, and that's where I say, yeah, yep, you do whatever they say. You find one that you think's real pretty, and you say, look, honey, I'll do whatever you say. You don't ever argue with her because she'll ruin your life, and then you'll just be like, hey, I don't need one of them ever again. And I'm going down that way for 6 months and up there for 6 months. I don't need none of them girls no more. I don't know. I guess I'm not old enough, not enough life experience. But I'm pretty sure where I'm at, like, I mean, I don't know. I guess a woman's not been that bad enough to me where I haven't reached that point where I'm like, I'm gonna swear off women for the rest of my life. I'm like, hey, let me try it one last time. Let me find one real pretty and just kind of try to do whatever she says. Not argue with her. Every once in a while, she'll let you touch her. Other than that, I mean, just getting up every day, reading, I say, eat some food, and go make some eggs, take a nap, go to work, study accounting, do it all. Just do it for the next 50 years all by yourself because you're old and you're not good looking, and no woman wants to be with you. At least 99.999 of them, right? Because you're rigid, you're loud, you're just strict, and then I don't know why is it. I mean, seriously, I'm not like I've never hurt anybody in my entire life. Never been. I mean, seriously, I really have never done anything to anybody. So, but yeah, as far as yeah. So I guess the dream, the revelation is I need to talk a little bit so that people don't ruin my life. Pretty much. That's the gist of my dream last night. You need to do a little talking there, Nikki, to make sure everybody's calm. Make sure everybody, just so they don't think you're gonna do anything weird or do any. I mean, which why like people need to get a life. People got if you're so you got to find something else to do than worry about me. It's really lame that seriously. You got nothing better to do. It's either the devil or you need to get a life. If you're that worried about me, you're just trying to destroy me. You just want to destroy me. Like, apparently, it seems like they've been trying to do that for a long, long time. You know, it's one thing to have respect and reverence for the law, because the Bible says they're put there by God, and they're there when you break the law as a chosen one of God. I'm one of the chosen, one of the frozen chosen people, a peculiar people. Where I am, I'm just an alien passing through a foreign land. This is not my home. I'm trying to go to heaven, right? And so I'm really not one of them. I'm in the world, not of the world. Just trying to be. Still like to go hunting, fishing, and go boom boom once in a while. Which it's nice out. I'm gonna start that again. Okay? But why people got too much, they're just up to agendas. They just want to control people and mess with people or something. I don't know. It's like, just leave me alone, dude. Please. Just stay out of my life. Stop worrying about me. I'm not going to bother nobody, you or anybody. I just want to study accounting and find my wife and get married and figure out a way to keep her happy and keep enough money so she don't leave me. Okay? Real simple. Before I become 80 years old. No, before I become 50. But I'm feeling like, I'm seriously like, I'm feeling like, I don't know. I shouldn't have been. I just don't want to talk. Why can I not be quiet without somebody messing with me now? You know, I just felt like the temporarily the 24-hour YouTube and the GoPros is like free security system, or at least a backup. At least there's a record of what's going on at my place. So, excuse me. But I'll be back. But I gotta lay down. It's Saturday. I gotta take a. I gotta have a rest. Do I sleep? Yeah, I sleep. I sleep a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go scramble some eggs. Have some breakfast, and I'm gonna lay down and take a nap. Because the secret to success is naps. All right. In fact, 1:32. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about. That's about all I really noticed. Other than that, and that word, what was that word I said? Do not faint. Oh, that was it. Oh, oh, I'm tired. Oh, let's make some food right now. Oh gosh, is he being normal? Is he making? food. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 1 egg. Okay? 1 egg. Because I don't need 2 eggs. And I'm running low on eggs. So I'm going to have 1 egg over some rice again, huh? How many times have you done that in the last year? Oh, I don't know, 1,000. So I got some rice here. And I you know what? I'm going to do a sunny side up. How about a sunny side up? 1 egg, sunny side up. Doesn't take a lot of oil. I can reuse the oil. You know, I'm kind of conservative. Remember that? I like to conserve things, especially when I'm running low. So I got a bowl here. All right. Paper. Now that's not real conservative. The EPA is going to be up. Look, I'm sick of washing dishes. All right. So I am going to tie my sweatpants up here first so they don't fall down. Okay? I'm going to take some of this rice and I'm going to put 1 sunny side up egg. Okay? How's that sound? Is that okay? Can we do that? Are we allowed to do that? Here. Don't need a lot. Just a fair. Hey, that looks pretty good. Where's the cover? Okay. And I'm low. I'm low on eggs. I'm low. I'm very low. Oh, probiotic. One of my accounting tutors said, because you were on the antibiotics for like 2 months and it tore your guts up for the first time ever. Yes, I've taken antibiotics a few times for like a week, like 3 or 4 times my whole life. So he said, the accounting tutor said, make sure. That's pretty good. Probiotic. I'm not sure probiotic is that in all, but I'm like, get me the one that says probiotic. Vanilla. This is supposed to fix the bacteria in your guts. I've noticed some serious stomach aches since I took those darn antibiotics for so long. It's good too if you get constipated or you're looking for a little Metamucil or a little fiber or something. This works good too. Or it'll help. Okay. So I don't have a whole lot of eggs here. So I'm going to do 1 egg, sunny side up. Sunny side up. Okay. What else you gonna do there? Oh, let's see. I got some of this here. I've got my I got my green goodness. Mm. You see? What do you mean? Are you are you talking like never again? AOC up there in New York City. So I turned that into three sessions. I mean that's 35. That's 11 ounces. Okay, so I do. I'll eat that. I'll turn that into 3. These ain't easy to get a hold of anymore. So that's what look that's that right there. That amount right there. That's a third. Okay, a third. So that's about 3.3 something. Yeah, like 3.1, just over 3 ounces. But that's all you need. You mix this with a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of 1 egg, a little bit of this, little bread. I mean, hey, that's the breakfast of champions. Okay. Mmm. Oh, that's good. And we're gonna take our rice. We're gonna heat our rice up a little bit. Let's heat that rice up just a little bit. Okay. Let's get this here going. I don't know about you, but I like to take a little corn oil. If you're on a budget, corn oil is real good. Olive oil is my favorite, extra virgin, but that's expensive. So little corn oil that'll do it. That'll do it for you. Okay. 30 seconds, little corn oil. 30 more seconds, just for good faith. We're going to put this egg here. Look at it. You want to see my egg, don't you? Look at that. Oh, can you see it? Oh, look at that. Can you see it? Look it. Look it. Look at that. Put a little salt in there. Honey. A little salt. my sunny side egg. You know, there's something interesting and unique about eggs. Let me tell you about the egg here. You ever notice? Try it now. This is a hypothesis here. Just try it, dude. You see, if you ever eat one egg and you just do like this here, and y'all, I don't even know if you can see it. You can't really see it. That's one egg. Hi, sweetheart. Let me eat my egg and then. If you scramble two eggs, for some reason it takes two scrambled eggs to fill me up, the same as one egg that's like over easy or sunny side up. I don't know what it is because it cooks down, I guess. It just cooks down. And there's, I don't know. You'd think it would be about the same, but I'm not even kidding. Like I can eat one egg and be more filled up. Must be breakfast time for my sweetie, huh? If my baby wanna come up. Oh, you wanna say hi to the toughest doggy on this side of the Mississippi, huh? Oh yeah, say hello, precious pound for pound. We're looking at the toughest doggy in town. That's right. Look at her. Get you's a good look. Huh? That's right. Pound for pound, the toughest doggy around. Yep. Yeah. All right. I gotta give my dogs medicine. I don't know. The other thing is, I guess the cameras just pick up on 1 minute. I got less than 10 minutes. And I'm just kind of tired, yo. I'm just sick of talking, man. But y'all want to, at least one person needs to hear me talk, I guess. I don't know. They don't need to, but there's at least one person out there that's going to give me problems if I don't talk. All right. So don't get worried. Don't get worried. Okay, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to lay down for a little while, do some prayer, some meditation. I got to take care of my dogs, feed my dogs and stuff. I'll turn the camera back on for you, but I'm not going to be talking for a little while. So don't get all paranoid. Don't. This is not a good crisis going to go to waste. I'm tired. I'm just going to lay down for a while, okay? You know what we'll do? Here, we'll even just for good measure, tell you what, here's what I'm gonna do. Just for good measure, I'm gonna melt. Look at this. I'm gonna melt some butter on a half a bagel. Huh? Just because I'm feeling extra oinky. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at. I gotta hurry up and get it in before the camera turn off. These butters here. My mom, see, this is the kind of thing you won't get when mama's gone, right? That one there looked dangerous. I don't like the looks of that one. I'm gonna let that one there go. Ooh, that one looks good. Yeah, we get by on 2. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Half a bagel. Half a bagel. Just because I'm still hungry. Oh, yeah. Do you sleep, Cameron? Yeah, nobody. Your problem. Look, I want to be able to report that you admitted to being a difficult child and you don't sleep on camera to the world. Would you go ahead and admit that part? No, I won't. No, not even if it was true would I say that. Okay, let's get this butter on here. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh, does that look? Oh yes. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that good? Mm. Oh, real butter. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so good. Oh, yeah. Mm. Mm. All right, for real. Feed the dogs, and I'm laying down. I'm a little low on milk. I had some milk last night, so I'm gonna have a little Coke Zero. Okay. I'm gonna save my milk. Actually, on second thought, no, I'm not. I'm gonna drink some milk right now. I'll have some milk too. Is there a better way? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Ah. Oh my stomach. Oh my stomach. Mm. I ate some popcorn last night. Oh, there's something with that kernels. Man, popcorn just does not die. I love pop. I really like popcorn, but it doesn't digest. You know, with the parts that don't you don't chew the kernels. Anyways, sayonara. We'll see you later. I'll be back. But I'm taking a break.